Today, Senator John Kennedy dropped a political truth bomb shaking Washington. He warns Democrats' new proposal would destroy the Supreme Court as we know it. This isn't just politics, it's about power and the future of our highest court. Kennedy didn't mince words. He reminded both parties that in Washington, there are lines of principle that should never be crossed. According to Kennedy, this Democrat-backed bill crosses that sacred line, threatening the balance of the Supreme Court and setting a dangerous precedent.
One of the reasons that I am proud to be a senator is because all of us know, it's not something we speak about often, but all of us know, Democrats and Republicans, that there are lines we should not cross. We may huff and we may puff and we may argue passionately, but we know there are lines that you do not cross. And maybe I'm naive. I want to believe that if my Democratic colleagues really thought they could pass this bill, they wouldn't do it. Because this bill represents a line you don't cross. It will destroy the United States Supreme Court as an institution.
Kennedy didn't stop there. In classic Louisiana style, he made it clear what he thinks of the bill's chances. This bill is dead as fried chicken. He's right, it doesn't have the votes in the Senate or the House. That's the question echoing through Capitol Hill tonight. Subscribe to Capitol Conservatives for real talk and the stories the mainstream media won't touch.
Point two, let me reiterate what I just said. This bill is dead as fried chicken. It's going to get out of committee. It doesn't have 60 votes in the Senate, and it sure can't pass the House. So why do it? Why do it? Why beat the living crap out of the United States Supreme Court? I just don't get it. I understand politics, but I just don't get it.
So, what's actually in this so-called reform bill? Kennedy says it lets anyone file a complaint against a justice for conflict of interest. And the kicker, the court can't rule until the complaint is resolved. Imagine dozens of complaints every day, all to stall or control the court. The strategy? Weaken, manipulate, and destroy its independence. Let's be honest, this isn't about ethics, it's about control. When the left couldn't expand the court, they looked for another way to undermine it.
My Democratic colleagues tried to expand the Supreme Court, tried to pack it. Never had the votes. I still want to believe that if they had had the votes, they wouldn't have done it. Maybe I'm naive. Now, there's another way to diminish the value of the integrity of the United States Supreme Court, and that's shrink it. Imagine, one of the provisions in this bill, it's so outrageous. Imagine, you want to shut the Senate down, allow anybody who wants to file a complaint against a senator if the complainant thinks that senator has a conflict of interest and require that the complaint be resolved before you vote. That's what this bill does to the United States Supreme Court. Isn't that special?
Kennedy's frustration was clear, not just with Democrats, but with what this means for America's institutions. It's about defending the rule of law, the foundation that keeps our republic intact. If you agree the Supreme Court should stay independent, like and share this video. Kennedy says this bill won't survive, not in the Senate, not in the House, but he's sounding the alarm for a reason. Once that line is crossed, it's hard to go back. This fight is about protecting the Constitution and keeping justice above politics.
How many complaints do you think there are going to be? Every single day. And the whole point, if they can't expand the court, they'll shrink it. This bill, I'm really disappointed in some of my colleagues for even bringing this thing.
Senator Kennedy says it best, this bill is dead as fried chicken, but the urge to politicize the court isn't going away. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay conservative. Subscribe to Capitol Conservatives for real accountability. Join thousands who believe in truth and the Constitution.